Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports Thursday Hoops. It's going to be Emeka Okafor and the New Orleans Hornets up against Pau Gasol and the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's all for now. Time to hand it over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll be back with more at halftime.
And 2K Sports welcomes you to the NBA with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. We're glad you're aboard. We'll see the New Orleans Hornets taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And the starting lineup for the Hornets. Ariza is the 3 with Weston Okafor rounding out the front court. Willie Green out there with Chris Paul. And for the Lakers, Artest and Powell in the forward slots. Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. And it's Odom in at the front.
We talk about that great front court depth for the Lakers. All that length, rebounding, their ability to really crash the glass. And they were actually the 5th best rebounding team in the NBA last year in terms of rebounding differential.
Guys, you're not going to get away with that kind of defense when he's got the ball. I mean, you got to do better than that.
A moment to check in with Doris.
Kevin, I was able to speak momentarily with Monty Williams. Their main focal point is going to be defensive work for him. He said, I want my guys putting a body on every shooter and battling for every rebound. This could turn into a pretty physical basketball game by the sound of it, guys.
Terrific for this match. Clark, what's your take on that?
I like the mindset they're coming in right now. I think it's the right mindset. A strong defensive effort from them today. I mean, I think it's essential.
Steve?
Well, no question. If they can have success defensively, they're going to create some offensive opportunities for themselves in transition.
And Steve, you were talking about that differential, 2.5 extra possessions in their favor because of it. And Clark, for the Lakers, already a very good team offensively. With that rebounding advantage, those extra possessions, more often than not, lead to a basket.
Well, they've got such tremendous size. When you look at Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum, you throw in Lamar Odom, I mean, those guys are long and really good rebounders at both ends, but particularly on the offensive glass. And, you know, anytime you get an offensive rebound, usually those defenders are scrambled, and you're going to be able to get a high-quality shot.
Outside Artest. Fires the 3. Good. Artest's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, I like that. They ran to the three-point line and got an uncontested look there in transition.
Here's the break. Leaps for it. And stolen by Ariza. Picked up by Artest. The leaner inside. There's the bucket. Good.
That is a pretty finish. The defense did all they could there, but he just outwilled it. You know, the Hornets lost in the first round last season, but I liked what I saw from Trevor Ariza. I mean, he defended Kobe Bryant about as well as anybody could.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And some changes here for the Lakers. Matt Barnes is checked in for Artest, and Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. Here is Paul. Ariza backs in. With the shot. Gets an open look and hits.
And Clark, getting back to Trevor Ariza for a minute in that Lakers series. Of big rebounds that he came up with. I mean, it's not the first time either that he's come up big in the playoffs. Remember, he was with the Lakers earlier in his career and had some big moments in the postseason then as well.
And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
Boy, you hate to see this, Clark.
You sure do. I mean, tough to tell how bad it is just yet. Hopefully not too serious.
Paul passes to Green. There's the block. Lakers leading by 5. And here's the break for 3. Kobe, and the shot is good. Kobe's got 13.
You know, he's definitely a catalyst for their offense, guys. I mean, he is so talented, he really causes problems for the other team's defense.
Well, the strength of this Hornets team obviously has been Chris Paul, but last year there was kind of a rotating door on the wings. James Posey to Trevor Ariza, Marcus Thornton to Bellinelli. They couldn't seem to ever find the answer out there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Carl Landry's checked in for West, and it's Bellinelli in for Willie Green. Landry gets the bucket, and that instability, Clark, on the wing can't help New Orleans.
No, I can't. I mean, Trevor Ariza, I think, is a pretty good answer there, but they do need to add one more big-time scorer out there at that wing position to pair with the rest of the personnel they have. I think that would be a big boost. Boy, fast start here. Their offense has been very impressive.
Yeah, they're making their own luck, Clark, really playing with a purpose offensively.
He feeds it to Bellinelli. Here's the three, and that one's good. Here's Fisher. There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Stolen by Landry. The Hornets trail by 5. Here's Paul. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Terrific shot there. He had a taller defender on him, but he created just enough space to get the jumper up inside.
Paul is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul. Shannon Brown, he's checked in for Kobe. Stolen away.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
Lakers leading by 3. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Got that one up quick. Barnes has got his first 2 points.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
Now here's Paul. Goes up with a stripe. Bellinelli gets the bucket. He's got 5. 7 seconds left to play here in the first. Brown outside. And no good trying to get that one. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Lakers lead by 3.
And how about the defense, guys? They have really controlled the lane with their shot blocking.
Yeah, excellent defense there. Every shot has either been altered or rejected.
It's more NBA coming your way. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Here's Fisher.
I thought Shannon Brown made so much improvement last season, guys. He scored well, and he worked really hard to improve his weaknesses, which were his ball handling and his outside shooting, so he became much more of a complete player.
On the court right now, the second quarter for the Hornets. They've got Carl Landry. Chris Paul is out there with Willie Green. And it's West. And it's Pondexter in at the small forward position. Here's Green. Following the 3 by the Lakers. Shoots from the high post. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Green. 6 points for Chris Paul.
Steve, I agree with you in terms of Shannon Brown's improvement, how hard he worked on those weak areas, handling the ball better, working more on his shot. I mean, the physical gifts were always there. Strong, tremendously athletic. I give him a lot of credit for working to make the most of that natural ability that he has.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in speaking with Pau Gasol, he feels like the Lakers function better when they're distributing the scoring around. His quote, "I think we're more effective and more successful when our offense is balanced and everyone's contributing." He said we tend to get in trouble when the offense gets stagnant and we stand around and watch Kobe. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. A lot of weapons, certainly, at the Lakers' disposal.
You know, with the players they have, if you keep moving the ball around, somebody's going to score. I mean, there's just too much talent.
Puts up a 3. That's good from Odom on the assist by Brown. Odom's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That was interesting. Once again, late last season for the Lakers, they slumped to close out the regular season. And it seems to be a pattern. You know, it's almost like they get bored before they actually get into the postseason.
Shot clock at 6. Soft touch off the glass.
His presence in the paint gives their offense such a valuable dimension.
And, you know, Steve, for the Lakers, Lamar Odom said himself their sluggish finishes in the second half were partly born of overconfidence, of ego. I don't know much credence you put in that, Clark. What do you think?
You know what? I think there is a tendency, a human tendency, to become complacent, to become full, and you can lose some of your edge. I don't think it's a lack of humility and respect. I think it's just the nature of being somewhat satisfied. And when you're in this league, and because people are coming after you a lot harder when you've got what they want in terms of championships, and especially as you age, I think it gets harder sometimes to fight off that resistance and to flip the switch if you find yourself in a little bit of a rut.
Barnes, and another three for the Lakers.
Fantastic assist, tremendous. I mean, you got to love that kind of passion. Beautiful.
Time called here. The Hornets decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he doesn't really like what he's seen, and they're going to try to hash it out here.
Some changes for the Lakers. Pau Gasol's checked in for Oda. Artest comes in for Matt Barnes. And Kobe is subbed in for Derek Fisher. New Orleans also making some changes. Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Landry. Riza comes in for Quincy Bondexter. And Jared Jack has subbed in for Chris Paul. Jack with it, guarded by Kobe. Picked by Okafor. And Green gets it to go.
They are just lighting him up from mid-range area.
You know, sometimes we forget about the value of the mid-range or in-between game. This team has made 8 of their last 10 with that shot, the in-between shot.
Picked up by Brown. And it's sent back by Kobe. Lakers leading by 10. Gasol backing down. His first shot coming late. Again, the Lakers.
I thought it was great last year when Pau Gasol became much more assertive and told Phil Jackson he wanted the ball more offensively. Sometimes playing with Kobe, you're not going to get the ball, but Gasol needs to be aggressive to be effective.
Here's Jack after Pau Gasol's bucket from the arc, and Green gets it to go. Green's got 5 now.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here.
And the thing, Steve, about Pau Gasol, he's so efficient. That's a good idea, I think, Clark, to really keep him involved offensively.
Yeah, and then you factor him in with the rest of the front court, Odom and Bynum as well. I mean, establishing the inside presence, dining in, as I like to call it, versus going through the drive-through. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. I'm hungry. And the Lakers making a change here. Blake's checked in. The Hornets also changing it up. Carl Landry's checked in for West. Bellinelli comes in for Willie Green. And Marcus Banks subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Riza hits the 15-footer. 6 points for him.
I think their only hope now, Clark, is to slow him down with a double team.
Well, they got to stop the bleeding, put the tourniquet on, and she's been tough to play straight up.
The Hornets trail by 10. They get a hand on it. Bryant is whistled for reaching in. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now, guys, still early in the second quarter, and that's his second foul. I'd be anxious to see if they leave him in here.
Artest against Ariza. Picked up by Artest. Outside, Bellinelli. And another 3 for New Orleans.
You look at how they've been scoring the basketball, and it's really fun to watch them because all the baskets are coming off assists.
Keep that in mind. I mean, they're a much more efficient team when they make that extra pass. When they get in trouble, they're taking quick shots.
That's good. 15 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Stolen by Artest. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one is on Ariza. Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the and one. Here's Banks. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. They get Paul Gasol.
Very easy call to make. There was no question contact on that shot.
Yeah, you know, you can allow a little contact, but not quite that much.
He's perfect from the line this time. That's tipped. Here's Banks. No good on the buzzer beater. And we finish one half of basketball.
Well, how about Kobe in this one? He's got 16 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
Well, 12 points from long range, so the defense has to figure out a way to defend him a little differently, try to get into his airspace.
Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's time for HB at the half. I'm your host, Damon Bruce. Welcome, everybody. The Los Angeles Lakers in front against New Orleans. They've dialed in from long range an incredible shooting performance from outside. Kobe Bryant, huge impact. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. And for the Hornets, going all out. They've limited the second chance buckets. They've been crashing the defensive glass, playing big on the defensive end. CP3 coming in loud and clear. He's got 8 points and a few assists, making nice plays for himself and others. A lot of space between the two sides on the scoreboard, but these two have showed up early. And now we send you back out to the game. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Here's Kobe.
Well, it was a good bounce-back year for the Hornets a season ago, making the playoffs and finishing in the 7th spot in the West, but they did not play particularly well away from home, finishing under 500.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So the Lakers 5 right now. Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. Artest and Powell in the forward slots. And it's Odom in at the center, filling out the middle. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Berg reporting from her sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
The more people you talk to around the Lakers organization, guys, the more appreciation you have for Lamar Odom, a guy who has had his ups and downs in his early professional life, but last season was the 6th man of the year. Such a steady presence on both ends. Andrew Bynum said, he's just a really great spirit. Never really seems to be down. A special characteristic, I think. I have a tendency to... be up and down depending on what's going on. And he's for sure been there for me when I'm down. Odom, guys, a glue guy for this Lakers team.
Great skill in that front court. He fits right in. Thanks, Doris. And Clark, back to the Hornets, which Steve was just talking about. You know, win a few more games on the road. Maybe they don't have to see a team like the Lakers in the first round.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, regardless of that, though, they shouldn't be below 500 on the road if they're serious about making a run at the NBA title. You've got to be able to win games on the road.
Right. Here's Paul, following the basket by Kobe Bryant. And then Okafor slams it in.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
Here's Odom, and Okafor sends it back. But they'll get another chance. Gasol's shot is good.
He got that one, but he hasn't been producing the way we're accustomed to. He needs to look for a shot a bit more.
Here's Fisher, and he finishes on the layup. Fisher's got 13.
They're just trying to get out and outrun their opponent, and that's exactly what's happening.
And I like the way the game plan is working quite nicely right now. I mean, they're running right by him and racking up a bunch of fast break points.
Here's Green. 8 points for him. Kobe with the steal.
They find themselves in a pretty good size hole.
Oh, and the jam by Kobe Bryant. Brought to you by Sprite. The Sprite Slam Cam on the replay.
Impressive play there. They have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
Now, last time Mike Brown coached in the NBA was with the 2010 Cavaliers. LeBron James' last year with Cleveland. Mike Brown had a pretty good record with the Cavs. He even won Coach of the Year in 2009.
Getting back to Brown for just a second. Clark, a couple of 60-win teams under his watch, while in Cleveland, of course, LeBron James was there with him.
Yeah, exactly, and that bodes well going forward. Unfortunately, he was not able to translate those 60-win seasons into a championship, but there are a lot of factors that come into winning a championship. I don't think you can disparage Mike Brown at all because he did a terrific job in getting those teams to the level he got them to, and that experience will serve him well as he tries to help the Lakers win another championship.
Ariza covering. And Kobe throws it down.
Boy, that dunk got everybody up off their seat.
Oh, they're loving it, aren't they, Steve?
Well, how could they not? I mean, he put the cherry on top of the sundae on that one.
Here's Paul. Guarded by Blake. Ripped away.
Well, one of the things that has made the Lakers so good is their depth and their balance. In fact, last year, defensively, they had the 5th lowest field goal percentage defense in the league, under 44% for their opponents.
Here's Barnes. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. Barnes has got 7 points.
Well, and that's great. You take advantage of that turnover and convert at the other end.
Absolutely. I mean, points off turnovers this time generated off the steal.
Paul kicks it to West. Back to Paul. Good ball movement. From the left block. Puts up the baby hook. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. He's got 8. And for the Lakers, Clark, that big front court, a big part why they're so tough defensively. Steve just said a percentage defensively under 44%.
Well, length is hard to score over. I mean, they've got some tough defenders up and down the roster. And they play a physical style. I mean, you think about a guy like Matt Barnes, Ron Artest, Kobe is a killer defensive.
And Kobe throws it down.
Aggressive transition game leads to the easy hoop.
Yeah, I'd love to see these guys just trampolining to the hoop.
Paul kicks it to West. Back to Paul. Pass to West. Over Bryant. And there's West. That good on the assist by Paul. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. Now Kobe. He has 35. From down in the low post, it goes.
Guys, that's what he does. I mean, he excels at getting to the rim.
And stolen by Barnes.
They just continue to cough the ball up. And this game in jeopardy, no doubt.
At this point, you'd settle for a tough shot. Any shot. Just don't give the ball away.
Picked by Okafor. Paul dishes to West. Knocked loose. And stolen by Barnes.
Kevin, he didn't turn the ball over once in the first half, but it's been a different story for him since the break.
They don't need much of anything else the way he's scoring the ball out there.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
Yeah, defensively, some really good pressure being applied, though, so you've got to give credit there. And it seems like they've been rattled a little bit.
Steve, you think they've been rattled?
Oh, they're rattled all right, and turnovers will kill you, especially with a team like this that can force turnovers and get out in transition.
Poked away. Kobe with the steal. With 2 seconds left, and that's 2 points on the layup. Kobe's got 44.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here. Just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high-quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
Well, it's the concentration defensively, the anticipation, the quick hands. He's really been a force, a disruptive player today.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, disruptive, and he really forces you to pay attention to him at all times. You can't be looking around and not protecting the ball when he's around.
Lakers ahead, running away with this one. As the fourth quarter gets going, let's swing it over to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark report. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Lakers that garners the Sprite Spark today. Coaches love when there's no let-up on the defensive end, and they continue to extend their lead by simply not giving up any points. It's been a clinic out there on the defensive end, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. That run was a critical stretch mark of the game.
It sure was. I mean, once the pilot light was lit, they didn't let up.
Well, offensively, it all came together for them, Clark, and it really allowed them to kind of take control of the game at that point.
So for New Orleans right now, we've got West, Quincy Pondexter out there with Carl Landry. Then there's Willie Green, and it's Paul in at the point guard. Green kicks it to West. Bynum on it. Shoots, and the basket by West.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there. The turnover difference hasn't been in their favor, but you know what? It hasn't really slowed them down too much. I like the fact they're staying aggressive here.
And with 6 full seasons in the book for Chris Paul, I think we can start to see how he measures up against some of the all-time great point guards. He has all the tools to be compared with some of those guys, but in the end, you got to win rings to be considered one of the great players of all time.
And so Paul nails both of them. Answering what you said about Paul earlier, it does just come down to rings in the end. Clark, where do you think he stacks up as of right now?
Well, I've got a bone of contention first. I don't think it comes down to rings. Clearly, that's part of it, okay? That's part of it. But in a team sport, it takes more than just your brilliance to win a ring. So great players, to me, aren't necessarily going to always end up with the ring. That being said, Chris Paul at his position is on par for being compared to the best at the position. And a ring, whether he gets a ring or not, to me it's about production over a long period of time, which determines an individual's greatness as a basketball player.
Yeah, points in the paint have been a huge factor here.
Steve looking to take it inside and go up strong. That's a remedy for success.
Walton with the steal. Goes right up. The shot is off. The Hornets go the other way with the ball. Landry passes to Green. They're working it around. Guarded by Blake. And Green gets it to go. Here's Brown. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Yeah, you can tell they're getting frustrated defensively out here. All these three-pointers falling.
Yeah, Steve, they're ready to throw their hands up. You can see it. The frustration is very visible. I mean, when you spread the floor and shoot the three the way they've done here in the second half, It's really hard to defend.
And he'll look for the three anytime he can get it, especially in transition.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
But in a tough Western Conference, guys, the Hornets were able to hold their own. And they were able to carve out a winning record against Western opponents.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for West. Jason Smith comes in for Carl Landry. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Bellinelli in for Willie Green.
You're right, Steve. Back to the Hornets. Clark, what a start it was for them with a brand-new coach last year, undefeated in the first 8 games.
How about 11-1 in the first 12? And they really were the big surprise early on. They eventually settled back down to earth, but that play in November was a big part of them getting back to the playoffs.
Stolen by Artest.
Now, you got to play smart when you're trailing, and yet they continue to make mistakes.
Well, no team, Steve, can give away possessions and expect to win. 5 points off their turnovers in this quarter alone.
Bellinelli dishes to Ariza. Covered by Artest. And Gasol sends it back. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Good! Kobe's got 49 points in the game.
Now, you can put this one in the W column. This is locked up now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. They closed this game out exactly like they needed to.
New Orleans making some changes. David West, he's checked in for Okafor. Landry comes in for Jason Smith. And Willie Green is subbed in for Bellinelli. And stolen by Fisher.
I think he baited him on that pass. Very savvy defense.
Chris Paul covering. And here's Kobe from the arc. That's good. And the assist goes to Fisher. Fisher's got his 4th assist in this one. Paul against Fisher. Here's Green. Pushes up. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 6 assists in the game.
No question about it, guys. He's been one of their best performers today.
Well, with the defense recovering into the lane, you've got a wide open shooter at the three-point line.
Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
Boy, that did not look good, Clark. I'm not sure how soon we'll see him back.
Yeah, I'm with you there, partner. That's the last thing anybody wants to see, that kind of injury.
We've got 1:18 left in the 4th. And taken away by Brown. The finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
A rim run.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some strength there, guys.
And the basket by West. Here's Blake. The 3, and that one's good.
Another bucket, and they are just pulling away here now.
Yep, no doubt about it. They're sprinting to the finish line.
And West backs in. Lets it go. Another one falls for New Orleans.
He's showing some signs of life here in the second after having a very forgettable first half.
Here's Ratliff. Oh! Here's another look with the Sprite Slam Can.
Well, they're just trying to run clock now. This thing is pretty much. Over.
Yeah, there's nothing but the result to be determined, so it's time to start thinking about the next game now. Well, a recent stat said that in the last 15 years, the Lakers are on average the best offense in the NBA. But in crunch time, ironically, they fall to around 12th best offensively. Not nearly as effective.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
I understand that they're trying to be aggressive, but still, I mean, you can play fast but still play efficiently, but they're not doing that right now. I don't know, Clark. This looks over now.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is all but over.
Ariza kicks to Landry. Hits the jump hook.
They could have used this run a while ago. It may not make much difference now.
Yeah, they hit that snooze button a little too much because they showed up late to this game.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Guy's been an artist with that three-point shot.
He sure has been, Steve. I mean, the majority of his points have come from out there.
Missed. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.